Good evening. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I welcome you all being the Secretary at Arms, acting Secretary at Arms of Karachi Toastmasters. Today, we have another exciting day. Our theme is related to the teachers and mentors. And we all are, we all uh, are always show our gratitude towards our teacher. So, without further ado, I would like to hand over the charge to someone who, who has just achieved another milestone in his life and became the distinguished Toastmaster for the fourth time. So, he is none other than one of the most adorable Toastmaster of District 122, our president, DTM Talabin Hamid. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. It is quite weird to be called adorable by the most adorable member of Karachi Toastmasters Club, but I'm honored. Welcome everyone to this meeting and thank you for making it. First of all, apologies for the delay in start. Unfortunately, this meeting time coincides with the rush hour in Karachi, so I still appreciate everyone who did join despite that. And as you can see, people are joining from their workplaces, so sincerely appreciated. And that is a spirit that is unbeatable. So welcome once again to the meeting. And today we have, before moving on, I'd just like to introduce Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? Although everyone here is pretty much familiar, but still, Toastmasters is a worldwide organization. It's a discipline. It's a learning program that's headquartered in Colorado, USA, and it runs 17,000 clubs around the world in more than 180 countries. It has more than 123 districts, and we are one of the territorial councils, that is provisional district of Toastmasters. In Pakistan, there are more than 42 Toastmasters club and new ones being formed all the time. Toastmasters' first and foremost priority is to improve the communication skills of its members and, of course, the leadership skills. Both are interconnected. Over time, people who join Toastmasters and they spend a few months in Toastmasters come to discover something else, and that is that apart from communication and leadership skills, the first and foremost thing that Toastmasters does is impart the skill to be a better human being. And we are all the luckier and richer for it. So with this, I will ask a few of our guests to introduce or reintroduce themselves. So there are a few people here who have rejoined us today after quite a long while. So first of all, Madam iPhone or Toastmaster Sidra. You are a member, but just let us know where have you been and how do you feel about being back in the fold?
Good evening, everybody. And I'm so sorry, I'm really not aware of how to change the name. I'm actually connected with my phone because I'm still at work. So everybody, hi, hello, who knows me, hi again, and who doesn't know, who still don't know me yet, hi to them too. I have been a part of Toastmasters, I believe, since 2019. I actually was here for a year, and then something happened, of course, a turbulence, and I had to like kind of take a break. But things are alhamdulillah much better now, and I'm getting back on track with life and with other activities as well. So I definitely like to talk more about that. For now, I would just leave it up till here, and I wish all the members and the participants very best of luck, and see how the meeting goes.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sidra. It's amazing that as soon as you could, you came back to us, and that's what counts. Life throws a lot of things at us, but we are lucky to have people like you who come back to us as soon as they can. We have another long timer, Toastmaster Adnan Khan. Toastmaster Adnan, welcome back. How do you feel about it? Okay, we will come back to Toastmaster Adnan later. We have our guest, DTM Sarfaraz. DTM Sarfaraz, sir, please, for those who don't know you, by now, most of us know you pretty well, but please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah. This is Sarfaraz Nazir. I have been a member for several years now, and it is my pleasure to once again join Karachi Toastmasters meeting as a guest. And I look forward to hearing the four speakers. I guess I should say this evening, but actually my time is this morning here, about 8:52. Thank you for having me as a guest.
Thank you so much, sir. It is an honor for us to have you as a guest. We have, okay, so Toastmaster Osama Ali, please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, DTM Talha Hamid. Well, when last week you messaged me to come to the KTC meeting, it was really an honor for me. So how is that possible that I wouldn't had come? Even I had an accident on the bike on Sunday, but still it was still I made myself possible for coming to the meeting. So, well, now coming towards my introduction, I am a software engineer by profession. I don't do job at any firm. I do freelance work at home by the way. That's my introduction.
So, in short, you're living in paradise. So, congratulations. Congratulations. So, we have another of our guests who won't be a guest for too long, inshallah. We have Farjad Shahid Khan. Mr. Farjad, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
How are you, sir?
We are all fine.
Well, sir, my name is Farjad Shahid Khan. Currently, I am an Amazon trainer and also working with different clients in different marketplaces and also doing services in Barrier Town, Karachi as a realtor. And I am currently doing a little bit business in Daraz and different kinds of e-commerce platforms like Shopify and Etsy. And also doing consultancy regarding properties of different sites in Karachi. And currently, I am doing masters in marketing and sales from Ikra University Airport campus. And I already have done my masters in Islamiyat from Karachi University. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Soon to be Toastmaster Farjad. We also have Faisal Shehzad. Faisal, please introduce yourself. Okay, we'll come back to Mr. Faisal later. Toastmaster Imran Sheikh, our longtime friend.
Assalamu alaikum.
Please, Walaikum Salam. You are at work as well.
My name is Imran Sheikh. I'm a chartered accountant by profession, currently working at ICAP, and joined KTC as guest.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Imran, and it's lovely as always to have you. So, with this, I hand over the charge now to our Toastmaster of the day, but before that. Toastmaster Imran, our VP Education, who's also the Toastmaster of the day, by the way. So, Toastmaster Imran, please present the business session, and after that, you can take over your duties as Toastmaster. I'm not introducing Toastmaster Imran because, first of all, we have so many guests today, mashallah, and quite a lot of time was required to introduce them. And secondly, Toastmaster Imran Rana. Yeah, I should be particular about that now. Yeah, Toastmaster Imran Rana needs no introduction. So over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, can I request one thing? Can I request everyone to turn on their videos? From everyone, I mean everyone. Toastmaster Asghar, Toastmaster Rabia Zishan, Faisal Shehzad, Siddharawan, if it's easy and comfortable for her to turn on.
If convenient, yes.
Toastmaster Asghar, Heba Reis Khan, DTM Maria Ahmed, Farjad Shahid Khan, the new member, Okay, so I request everyone to give a big round of applause to our President, Distinguished Toastmaster Talha, who has just become the Distinguished Toastmaster for the 4th time. So, would you like to say something, Toastmaster Talha?
Haven't you guys heard enough? I mean, seriously, I've been talking non-stop for the past 20 minutes or so. But anyhow, okay,
Thank
four
you. Thank you
times.
so much for your comments.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
No, please carry on. Carry on.
Okay, so it's quite a sense of accomplishment every time. One I cannot deny. I won't resort to false modesty and just pretend that it's nothing, because it's not nothing. Why it's not nothing? Because it's not just about making speeches. It's about service to the community, and there's definitely a sense of having done something for the community when you receive a DTM certification, because it entails doing speeches first and foremost, also is sponsoring and mentoring new clubs, and doing a DTM project, of course, and everything that you do on your journey to DTM, it benefits the community in some way. If it's not benefiting the community, then you better ask yourself, what are you doing? So I'd like to believe that I've tried to give back to the community as much as I could. Of course, what I've received from the community in terms of support has been absolutely incredible and staggering. So for 2 pathways means 28 projects, and then 2 projects from DTM projects, and then establishment of new club. That means, again, support from another 20 people. So that makes around 50 people. And of course, then sponsoring a new club, which is again another 20 people, 70 people. So it takes 70 to 80 people in order for one person to become a distinguished Toastmaster. So it's almost unfair that the achievement is attributed to a person. It should be attributed and rightfully attributed to the club and to the community and to the district. So with that, over to you.
Okay, if we multiplied 70 people with 1,000 rupees per head, that makes 70 to 80,000. 70 to 80,000 rupees. So will you be able to give all those 80 to 70 people a wonderful treat?
Of course, as soon as they submit their renewal dues, the treat will be magically given.
So, okay. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, the business session is all about the highlights of the last meeting. Our last meeting was quite interesting and amazing. And the results of the last meeting was that the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Javed Bhatti. Best critics choice goes to our debutant Toastmaster Syed Junaid Hussaini on his Icebreaker speech. So it's a wonderful achievement for him as well. And best Big Four goes to myself as table topic master. Best table topic speaker goes to our guest DTM Sarfaraz Nazir, who happens to when he attended Karachi Toastmasters meeting at Avari, he won that table topic session as a best table topic speaker, and after so many years he again joined and won the same best table topic speaker award. So kudos to DTM Sarfaraz Nazir. And then we had best evaluator. You all know Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, so you need to work hard to beat him. Mashallah, he is extremely good while on speech evaluation. And best facilitator goes to Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan as a listener. With that, let's move on to our Toastmasters meeting. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we all know that Toastmaster meeting has 3 segments. First segment is the prepared speech session. Second one is about the table topic session. And the third one is all about general evaluation. In prepared speech session, members of the club delivered their projects from their selected pathways. speeches from 5 to 7 minutes, or they may be from 4 to 6 minutes as the project on the basis of project requirements. From prepared speeches, member learn confidence on delivering public speaking speeches, plus they will get a chance to deliver keynote speeches for 20 to 40 minutes. So that's the benefit of Toastmasters, becoming a member of Toastmaster. Then we have the table topic session. In table topic session, table topic master will going to give topics to the members, not even members, but also the guests. And it's an extempore speech for about between 1 to 2 minutes. And what you will learn from table topics, you will learn how to speak confidently on extempore speeches. You will learn how to think on your feet, and you will learn how to control your nerves while speaking. Also the nervousness. So it's a wonderful session. I request everyone to participate in that so that you will get a chance to speak. And finally, the evaluation segment. In this segment, what we have done, what we need to improve upon, so the general evaluator will highlight on those points, and we'll try to work on that so that we can improve upon. So it's more like we need people to evaluate us, to tell us where we need to perform and where we need to work upon so that we can do better in next time. So along with me, there will be a team of facilitators, and one by one I'll be calling them and they will explain their roles. First, we have grammarian. For grammarian, we have Toastmaster Siddharawan. So Toastmaster Siddharawan, I request you to please explain the role. The stage is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the grammarian, I would be making note of all the incorrect phrases, grammar, and all sorts of incorrect words spoken by the speaker during the prepared speeches and the table topic session. And at the end of the session, I would be, and as well as pronunciation of words, and at the end of the session, I would be highlighting the correct phrases, words, grammar, and pronunciation to be spoken. Also, I would, by the speaker without giving their names, and I would also be highlighting the interesting words and phrases. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hiba, for wonderful explanation of your role. Moving on to our next facilitator, we have Wordmaster. And Wordmaster, I request Toastmaster Siddharawan to please share the word of the day and also let us know what's the meaning and how do we use that word in our sentences. Over to you, Toastmaster Siddhara.
Thank you, Mr. Imran Rana. So the word of today, basically the purpose of introducing a new word to the meeting is for the speakers to use it impromptu in their speeches, or anybody who's going to speak in the table topics can use this word. As much as you use it, we would be, the evaluator will be grading your speech in that perspective as well. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of touch. If I'm saying something incorrect, you can always correct me. So the word of the day is languish or languish, meaning weaken away or waste away, languish. I'll give you a sentence to make it more understandable. Just give me a second. So by languish, how can you use languish? LANGUISH, right? For example, waste, to waste something, to weaken something. For example, I'll give you a sentence. Everyone wants a cute, funny kitten, but adult cats often languish in shelters. Meaning, everybody wants to, own a kitten, a small cat, and the adult cats are wasted away in their shelters, in their homes. Nobody carries them, and nobody adopts or foster the adult cats. Another way to use this word is, if you let your new blog languish with no new content for too long, people will think it's been abandoned. I'll repeat. If you let your new blog languish with no new content for too long, people will think it's been abandoned. Meaning, if you don't post anything new on your blog, on your website, on your page, and you kind of waste your blog away, people will never come back to it. People will never come back to your web page, website, or web link whatsoever. So that's how you can use language when you want to say that you're going to waste it away, you're going to languish it, or you're going to weaken it. That's how you use it. I hope it makes it clear. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Siddharawan, for such a wonderful explanation. So word of the day is language. All you need is to use the word as many times during your speeches, prepared speeches, or in table topic speeches, or even you can use word of the day while explaining your role. Moving on to our next facilitator, we have timer. For timer, let me request the 4-time distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid to please explain the role. Stage is yours.
Thank you so much. The role of the timer is often to languish in the depths of ignorance, but today that should not happen if we are to keep our meeting on time. So it is my job to to time all the segments. So I'll be using Zoom background as timing devices. If the speech is 5 to 7 minutes, I'll be showing green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. Similarly, for table topics, green at 1, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. And for evaluations, green at 2, yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes. And every time you see red, that means the timer is seeing red as well, and they're preparing you to disqualify you. So you need to wind up your presentation within 30 seconds, otherwise you'll be disqualified for voting. So that's my role. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Talha, for your role. Let me move to our next facilitator. If you want to be a good speaker, you need to be a good listener. Today, our listener is Toastmaster Sayyid Junaid Hussaini, and I request Toastmaster Junaid to please explain your role.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much. My role as a listener is to make sure that all attendants and participants are listening all speeches properly. And I will make note of it at the end of the session so that I will make announcement that how many people have used what kind of words. And also the word which is language, how many people have used that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Junaid. Let me add a little bit. Okay, so in evaluation segment, Toastmaster Junaid will do, he will note down some interesting phrases and sentences from the speaker, and he will call out those sentences. The one who speaks that sentence is requested to remain silent, and others will be requested to guess who said that sentence or phrase. Thank you, Toastmaster Sayyid Junaid, for your explanation.
Thank you.
Okay, we now move on to our counter. And for our counter, let me request distinguished Toastmaster Sarfaraz Nazir to explain the role. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. As the R counter, I will be keeping track of all the filler words, such as and, so, ours, repeats, and at the end of the meeting during the evaluation, I'll give my report. I will not languish any more of your time. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfaraz. So let's not wait, and let me call our joke master to enlighten our mood. Toastmaster Hiba, please enlighten us with your wonderful series of jokes. The stage is yours. Where is Toastmaster Hiba? Yes.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters. Yes, am I visible and audible?
You're
Hello?
perfectly audible.
Okay.
Yes.
Why did the cell phone have to go to the dentist? Why did the cell phone have to go to the dentist? Because he had a Bluetooth. And the last one, an essay should be like a skirt. An essay should be like a skirt, long enough to cover everything, but short enough to keep your attention. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hiba. You always amazed us with your wonderful jokes. So keep it up and keep bringing your jokes. So let's not languish our time. Let's move to our first segment, that is prepared speech segment, in which the members were going to deliver their projects from Pathways. Our first speaker of today's meeting is distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. And let me request, Toastmaster Hiba, could you please mute yourself? Yes, thank you. Let me request another distinguished Toastmaster, Shahrukh Shah Nawaz, to please explain the objectives of the speech and also the speaker. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I hope I am audible. Am I audible? So, distinguished Toastmaster and the most adorable speaker in today's meeting, DTM Talha bin Hamid. He is going to be presenting his project from Persuasive Influence, Level 2, Understanding Your Leadership Style. The title of his speech is A Pathway with Gold. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary style of leadership or styles. The purpose of this speech for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Timer, the time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. DTM Talha, wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I'll ask someone. Okay, Toastmaster Imran is
Yes,
already
I'm on.
timing. Oh,
Yes,
I
I'm
thought
fine.
I'd escape disqualification today. I thought I'd time myself, but anyhow, okay. So I hope I'm audible and visible. Okay. I opened the door slightly, stepped inside.
Yes, you are.
And my foot landed on something soft and squelchy. I looked down. Diaper. A loaded diaper. I looked around. On the floor, diapers. On the dressing table, diapers. On the bed, diapers. They were on the floor, they were on the bed, they were everywhere, they were in my head. Ah! I screamed and woke up, sweating all over. My wife asked me, "What is it now?" And I said, "Diapers." She said, "Do you need one?" Fellow Toastmasters and guests, this was while I took the assignment of providing that essential training to our youngest daughter, Parise, which is, you guessed it, potty training. When my wife innocently proposed it to me initially, I said, "Oh, this is nothing I can't handle. I'm a DTM. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a trainer. I'm a writer. What could go wrong?" Little did I know. Anyhow, on the first day of the task, the goals and the followers and the path all were determined. The path was, of course, the path from our door to the washroom, not paved with gold. The destination or the goal was the gleaming clean cistern in the washroom. And of course, the follower was none other than our youngest daughter. On the first day, I wrapped a diaper around her. She promptly took it off. So I decided to employ innovative style of leadership. And I said, "Okay, Parise, if you keep this diaper on, you'll get a candy." Voila! The diaper remained on. And then I told her, "Okay, if you feel weird down there, If you feel some sort of disturbance, you should promptly rush to the washroom and inform us. Again, I promised another candy as a reward. 50 candies later, my wife screamed at me, "What are you trying to do? Are you trying to spoil her teeth?" Okay. I guess my second dominant style, pace setting leadership, that was in order. So I gently stood Parise in one corner and I told her, "Watch me." So initially, I mimed a severe stomachache. And then I ran to the washroom, opened the door, and sat on the system. And this pace I set about 10 times. And she followed me. But as soon as the right time arrived, nothing happened. She stood there and made a mess right there. So I thought, okay, authoritative style is in order, which is my third dominant style. And I told her, "Okay, Parise, now if you don't inform us when you want to go, I will lock you out into the terrace. And I won't hear anything else." So the plan was executed. She spent half the day outside in the terrace, screaming her lungs out. And the neighbors came and they said, "What are you doing to this poor child?" Again, pathways paved with gold. This plan also failed, and I switched to my fourth dominant leadership style, altruistic. So, putting on my best altruistic face and employing my best altruistic voice, I said to Parise, "Dear daughter, if you make a mess right here, who will clean the room? Where we will sleep? Look how hard your mama has to work. So please, whenever you want to go, just go to the washroom and just call, 'Mama, I'm done.'" She said, "What do I need to call?" I said, "Mama, I'm done. Mama, I'm done." 10 times. The door opened and my own mother walked in. And she said, "Is everything all right with you? I haven't heard you made that call in the last 40 years. What happened?" Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the lesson is, first of all, being a Toastmaster does not make you a good potty trainer. The second lesson, you have to switch your leadership styles because children have the attention span and the capacity to obey at a minimum. And thirdly, whenever you're trying to experiment with various leadership styles, alert the neighbors, alert your mother, alert all your relatives. Tell them in advance what they are going to listen and hear. The truth is, not every leadership style works for everyone. You have to be a different person, a different kind of leader for every different audience. And I believe that is the true key to leadership. You need to be different things to different people. And you need to change your approach according to the circumstances. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the next dominant style that I had was democratic. But you and I know perfectly well how well that works with children. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Talha. Let me tell you, you are on time and your timings are 7 minutes and 5 seconds.
Thank you so much.
Okay, moving on to our next prepared speaker, we have Toastmaster Ali Asghar Anjum. And to evaluate his speech, let me call his evaluator, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab Kitwai. So Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, the stage is yours. You can explain the objectives and you are requested to introduce the speaker as well. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Today I'll be introducing Mr. Ramzan to you. He is currently working as a research associate in Institute of Social and History and Social Research. Yeah. He joined Toastmaster, the journey of Toastmaster back in March 2020, and now currently he is serving as treasurer at KTC. Today he will be delivering his project from Motivation Strategy Level 3 Project 1. The topic is use of body language. Mr. Ramzan, the stage is yours.
I believe I am audible and visible. Am I? Okay.
Yes, you are.
It was our chemistry class. I was in class 9 and my sir stared at me and said, you, come here. And he said, what is chemistry? Tell it in front of the whole class. My hands were shivering and I barely speak anything. And he said, you stupid, go and sit there. And at that moment after it, I start talking with my friend and he said it again, you, and you. And this time he didn't say anything and just said, it means get out. He barely say anything and we just understand. Because he was our chemistry teacher, that's why we both have a very good chemistry. We don't need words to understand each other. And that is the mantra of any relationship we have in our life. I still remember one of my friends who I wanted he should be my girlfriend. I said to her that I love you. She said, we don't have chemistry. I said to her, what is chemistry? She said to me, you tell me what is chemistry. I said, chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the study of matter, its properties, reaction, and structures. He again said, you stupid. Chemistry about matter. I said, yes, it's about matter. I said, no. Chemistry is about having understanding, and we don't have that thing. I said, I don't want to say it, but I said it. You're stupid. This is chemistry is a branch of science, and what are you saying? Oh, you said you are just pathetic in chemistry. Oh, although I get good grades in it, but she said that I'm pathetic in chemistry. The journey continues, and the next moment I just reached home and there was a famous match between India and Pakistan was running on our TV. And commentator also, look at the chemistry between the two batsmen. I said, really? This chemistry? So I just look at it on the TV very, very positive. And I just saw that a furious bowler from Pakistan was running at around 150 kilometers per hour. And the furious ball
The bat hit and it goes for the 4. The next ball again goes for the single. And the running between the wicket was actually about the chemistry. The next ball, the furious bowler gave a short pitch ball and the batsman the ball hit on his eyes and his eyes starts bleeding. Oh. So what is, and I didn't figure about where is chemistry in this match. Then I again go back to my friend and said to her, what chemistry you're talking about? She said to me, if you don't have chemistry in our love, so our love will be languished. Then I start figure out that why it is so important to have chemistry, because it's about being, have trust, have something in it, because physicality is just how I look. Chemistry is about who am I, how I behave, how I do things, which means chemistry is something that is, it's actually synchronized with your physics and make you what you are. Just like a speech have a content, when your whole body synchronized with your words, it became a good concrete speech, and your delivery is improved. Similarly, as my friend said, that if we don't have chemistry in our relationship, the love will languish. Similarly, if we don't have body language in our speeches would be languished. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ali, Asghar, Anju. I really loved your energy, the way you deliver your speech. So okay, we have one request from the evaluator, DTM Shahrukh Shahnawaz. He would like to evaluate distinguished Toastmaster Talha's speech. So, Toastmaster Shahrukh, if you are ready, you can do your evaluation. I think he is away from his laptop. So let's move on to our next prepared speaker. Next in line, there's a little reshuffling. We have Toastmaster Syed Junaid Hussain. And I request his evaluator, Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan, to explain the objectives of the speech and also introduce the speaker. Toastmaster Hiba, the stage is yours.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, Syed Junaid Hussaini is doing presentation mastery level 1. Presentation mastery level 1, presentation 2, evaluation and feedback speech 1. And the duration of his speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And the objective of his speech are there are 2 objectives. The first one is the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback and apply the feedback to a second speech. And the second one, the purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. And over to Syed Junaid Hussain. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Am I audible?
Yes, you are perfectly audible.
Thank you. As I entered my home, I start calling my son, Asghar, Asghar. And suddenly, my youngest daughter, she rushed towards Bhaiya and said, Bhaiya, Baba is calling you. And my son, he removed his headphone and he come to me. Baba, you are calling me? I said, yes, Baba, I was calling you since. Where were you? Sorry, Baba, I was doing this school assignment. My teacher, she has sent one video clip, which I have to listen and watch first. And then I have to answer all the questions. So I said, okay, but be careful if somebody is calling you. He said, okay, I'll be careful in the future. Intentionally or unintentionally, this technology, are we coming close or is it taking us far apart? Are we missing this human touch, these emotions, these connections due to this overlapping of technology? My brother, he worked in a bank. So he generally discussed about the sales target and sales pressure. He told me that two of his friends, they were given their annual targets, and one of them have got a decent family background. The family has got decent industrial relation. So that sales guy managed to complete the target within time. On the other side, the other guy, he worked extremely hard, gave his blood, sweat, tears in order to get the target done, which was very important for him. At the end of the year, he falls short. The time of reward. The guy who did less effort, less move around, got maximum reward. On the other side, this guy who put a lot of effort, everything there just to get that incentive bonus at the end of the year, unable to get anything. And what manager said? See, we have this performance management system, which is artificial intelligence based. So we have to put the targets inside, the achievement, and the system will do all the reward system. The question is, are we not valuing the efforts, or is the technology doing everything for us? Where is that human touch? Are we missing that? Can't we value the efforts for that person? Even the manager was not happy because he sees that efforts there. In the companies, the management, they do decide, let's bring the software, let's do all this technology thing, let's do it everything on one click. What happened? The guy who's working almost for 12, 15 years, he feels redundant his job. He feels that this technology might be a trouble for me because now everything will be on one click, and he feels insecurity. For him, he starts resisting the software. Or on the other side, he takes it so seriously that he gets sick. And that sickness takes to the serious illness. My brother-in-law, he is working in one of the healthcare sector. He was showing me a mobile a few days back. See, Junaid, I have this WhatsApp 10 groups there. Every time I'm getting these messages. I cannot sleep, I cannot eat, I cannot sit with family, I cannot spend quality time. Because people, they are not realizing when to send the messages. Because we are not able to use technology properly. Sometimes we are overusing it, which actually creating the distance. The human relation is disturbing because of this. We are sitting in the family, all family members, busy in using mobile, not talking to each other. We are sharing our daily routines, strangers outside Pakistan, everywhere, because he has grown up too much. So how we can control everything? We have to make sure that we just use them, just use it when it is mandatory for us. Because when 2-year child is crying, we give him mobile. If he's not eating, we give him mobile. We are teaching them, okay, the mobile is just a toy for them now. It is becoming a modern toy now. In the companies, what we can do, the corporate management, what they can do, they can just ask people, the employees, don't worry, this technology is not, it will not go against you. We are here to help you. This technology will improve your performance. You will be better, you will get better in the future. So in that way, you have to give them this confidence, just listen, we are bringing this technology, but it will for the benefit of everybody, for your personal growth. That is the reason technology has to be used in a right way. We are sometimes overdoing it. We are surrounded by machine, and at times we are behaving like a machine. Whatever happens, in any case, the best medicine for all kind of treatment is not technology. It is that human touch. The pat on the back from the boss is like a motivation. No, it will boost the confidence. But if we leave everything on the technology, it might not help. It is very important for all of us to use technology in a right direction. Always remember,
Sorry, am I right? Toastmaster Junaid, we missed your last sentence. And
always remember.
Yeah, from always. So you can very comfortably repeat it. You're well within time. Because of audio problems, we missed your last sentence. Can you hear me, Toastmaster Junaid?
Let it.
Toastmaster Junaid, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, just repeat your concluding sentence because we missed it due to internet problems, and you're well within time, so no need to worry about that.
Always remember.
I just wanted to say about always remember that technology is overtaking the human emotion. So we have to make sure, we have to, we talk about work-life balance. We have to talk about technology and human connection balance also. What do you, Toastmaster?
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Junaid, for your wonderful speech. Yes, it is. Yes, you said it correctly that a human is another human's medicine. So thank you so much for this wonderful message. We now move on to our next speaker. If Toastmaster Siddharawan is available, can she come forward to deliver her speech? Toastmaster Siddharawan, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddharawan. So our next speaker is Toastmaster Siddharawan, and she will be evaluated by none other than Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. So Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, I request you to please read down the objectives and introduce the speaker. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Imran. Today, my target speaker is Toastmaster Siddharawan. She is going to embark on her pathway innovative planning, level 2, project 3. And we all know this level 2, project 3 is all about mentoring. So introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose statement on how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and for the member to share some aspects of previous experience as protege. Toastmaster Siddharawan, speech title, Would Have Done It Without You. Wouldn't have done it without you. Toastmaster Siddharawan. Good luck. Over to you.
Thank you so very much. I would just give a disclaimer that my internet connection is not very strong. This might get disrupted in minutes, but I'll go anyway. Since this is my second project as a pathway, I'm going to discuss things about mentorship in my own special way. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Toastmaster Siddharawan, you're audible, but can you at least try turning on your video? Is it possible? If it doesn't work, then you can turn it off. Is that okay? Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So I would try to speak on this topic of the introduction of mentor as my second project. In my own special way, I would start. Since I was away for a long while from Toastmasters, so I had a stockpile of topics that I wanted to speak on because there was so much going on in the world while I was away. So I thought to discuss a lot of things. I actually have a list of topics, but then I decided to actually connect myself with the audience. And how will I do that? I will actually try to bridge a gap between my break and Toastmasters, intertwining my situation with the topic so it makes sense and it makes it more comprehensible for the audience and the consumption of the audience. All right, so let me begin with the last year. It was very challenging. I know everybody had a challenging year last year. It was all COVID, lockdown, and restrictions. Mine was a little more challenging though. And why? Let me help you build a picture of the situation I was in. I had my mother diagnosed with BIRAT. BIRAT is basically a type of breast cancer. And we had to, take her for the surgery and everything. So that was a situation that I was in. And we were all so shocked and surprised what happened. We never were expecting anything to happen to her because she has been so up to date about her diet and everything. But everything, things happen. And we were trying to consume it. We were trying to process it. But the surgery happened, and being the only one at home, I was responsible for a lot of things. And not knowingly, this did take a toll on my health, my stress level, my work, everything. And I was not even aware to ask for help. I did not even think to, ask for someone who can listen and who can guide me and who can, tell me that this is what you are in and this is what you are going to be in. So you need to take this route or take that path for that course of action. So this is how I'm going to intertwine my life with my mentor, that there was someone who I never expected to be guiding me through these stormy times, through these rocky roads. Since I had to go through all this, and when the surgery was done, I was with my mom, and then the bad times started. Like her hair was thinning, her nails got blue, her tongue got fungal infection and whatnot. And I was devastated. I was weak on hope and high on stress, I would say. And I was just sitting one day and someone called me. And I'm like, yes, hello. And I realized that it's my friend. And I'm like, hey, I'm okay. I just promptly said it, I'm okay. And he's like, I know you are okay. I didn't call to ask that. And you are stronger than the circumstances. And imagine the power of the words that he used. And I would relate to that until this day, that someone with this advice only, with this trust in your willpower, with this trust in your personality, can help you, fight all the difficult times and can help you go through the tough times and, make you able to succeed without falling apart. So I would say that there's not only physical coaching, or there's not only intellectual mentoring, or there's not only professional mentoring. For me, in my life, I met a guy, an advisor, who emotionally treated me, or who treated me, or who mentored me psychologically, who mentored me sentimentally, and who was there to advise, and he never let me feel it. The best part was that my mentor never made me feel that I was weak or I was in need of an advice. And that was the secret, or that was something which came naturally to me. He just kind of polished. He kind of, they like sculpted my statue, which was overcrowded by the thoughts and stressful emotions and everything. And he did it so beautifully that I was able to come out of that situation and pull myself out of the pit and could take care of myself better and of course of my mother as well. So in the end, I would like to say that it's okay not to be okay. The only part is that you really need to realize that we all are human beings and we all need a mentor, an advisor, a guy who or a girl who we can trust and who we can turn to when we are turmoil, when we are depressed, emotionally, psychologically, professionally, intellectually, by any means. It's okay to ask for help and it's okay to have someone by your side who tells you. Sometimes we need to hear it from someone that we can do it, although we know it. But sometimes we really need to know it from someone, we really need to hear it from someone. And for me, my mentor or my advisor was this guy who actually kind of made me able to see my own strength and my own willpower. So I owe this to him, and I hope that I would be able to forward this gesture and convey this message to someone else in need in my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Siddharawan, for such a wonderful speech. Yes, you said it correctly that we need mentors to guide us, to help us to reach our targets. So thank you so much for this wonderful message. Moving on to our next prepared speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Asghar Khan, and he will be delivering his icebreaker speech from his new pathway. So I request the debutant evaluator, Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary, to read down the objectives and also introduce the speaker. Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Team Imran. So it's very hard to use the word of the day when introducing TM Asghar Khan, because he is anything but languishing. Oh, there you go, I used it. So TM Asghar Khan is no stranger to us. He has a very persuasive yet humbling personality, and why not? Because he is an entrepreneur. He has started his second pathway about dynamic leadership, and I don't think I need to introduce what Icebreaker is to him. So he'll be taking up the stage, and the topic of the speech is different stages of life. So, TM Asghar, thank you.
Oh, yes, I'm here. I was born after 5 years of my parents' marriage ceremony. My father worked in security printing press. We lived in the old house 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I was a 4 or 5 years old. I had some difficult situations. My old house, there was a long distance between bedroom to washroom. That was a mystery which became a golden history. So there's a very memorable scene of my life in my childhood. Every children puts up his or her clothes and go to a bathroom. But I have some difficult situation because we have, let's understand to my map of the house. There is a bathroom, there's an open courtyard, then bathroom. It means you have to cross that courtyard, open courtyard. And then also was a guest sitting area. That's why sometimes I had to cross the many barriers in my life. Once I took bath, I put a towel and clothes, everything, and I was running, going for bedroom. And then I reached in the middle of the courtyard. Many people sitting over there. They staring at me. I was confused. I said, oh, They said, oh, I changed my position and then left to right and then run away. I was confused. They were amused. I reached, opened the door. Then my father installed the net door because safe from the mosquitoes. I had to open the net door, then the room door, then enter the room. So that was a very difficult situation in my life, in my childhood. Oh, next. Every children, when cross of 3 or 4, so took that admission in the school. Yes, I completed my matric. I saw the hat trick. It means not third position. In intermediate, I have 3 times. So that was my hat trick. I have failed 3 times in inter, but again I get 10 and then I done. In my graduation, I have seen the many natural beauties from silver jewelry gate to administration block. If you have done graduation from the Karachi University, then you will get my point what I'm saying. Otherwise, you can't. Then masters. After completing the masters, I thought I was free. Cheers! Well done, Asghar. I said to myself, well done, done. Now you have completed your education. Just chill. Now we will like Kill Bill. And say to everyone says cheers. Then just sit on a chair. No pain, no gain. I hate the sentence. But no pain, I have gained my weight. Or I think so, my clothes has been shrunk. I don't know. It's our Pakistani culture, especially in Karachi environment. Take lunch and dinners, pizza, burger, each everything, and sitting on the seat all the time. Next situation is survive with only wife. Situation, what is it? Survive with only one wife. When 2 lovebirds, a leg of a lover swimming, I have a big size of the leg and empty space, need more birds. I have completed this difficult decades. 1 decade I have completed in my life after marriage. Anyway, I have the 3 more beautiful children. And then in situation, I explained to my entrepreneurship. I have my office in DHFS to Karachi, and I have clients. I have to face the many things, many challenges on a daily basis. But I said thanks to Allah for everyone, because ups and downs, you say thanks to Allah all the time. You have to cross all barriers. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. If you are on a right path, you go and just cross all the things. Don't think more and more. People staring you. They never see your day-night hard work. They only see your result. It is competition. It should depend on you who is your competitor. If you set your goal, you never see the kindness. One day you will get that thing which you want. I learned from the life, these lessons. You have to say in your, just you leave your comfort zone. It means, if you don't leave your comfort zone, it means you never see the change. Never for that guys who told you, who tell you, guide you about the shortcuts. Think beyond, kill your negativity, increase your good thoughts. Don't languish yourself, don't languish your time. Get up and do what you want. I learned from the life. There are many stages in your life. There are many stages in your life from since the childhood to your mature age. You have many things. And just focus on your goal and go and cross all the stages. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asghar, for your wonderful icebreaker speech. Now we are moving towards our last speaker, that is Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan. Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan, are you available for the speech?
Well, I just lost power in my area. I don't think I will be able to do it in this darkness. It's better to escape me than for another week, because you can wait. Since I'm the last speaker, you just can't wait for the things to come. So it's better to escape me if there is always a witness day, as long as the life is there.
Toastmaster Asghar, yes,
I
yes,
think we
Toastmaster.
can. I think we can see and hear you all right, Toastmaster, as well. Despite.
Oh, I myself is not comfortable. Yes, it's coming, but you need to wait for just for my Wi-Fi to come up. Can you wait for that? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, please. In the meantime, anyone can sing a song or can tell us a joke. So who is up for that?
I have lose weight.
We have Kareem.
4-inch waist, my waist. Okay. Now 40 to 35 convert my waist.
Okay, so we have raised hand by Toastmaster Wajahat. Do you want to say something, Toastmaster Wajahat? You need to unmute your mic.
Hi, how are you all? Sorry for delay.
No problem.
I am not that much confident about singing a song, but I would like to tell about a poem which I always sing in front of my child.
Sure.
The younger
Go
one.
ahead.
5 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you. It is a long poem. We have to wait till 0.
Yes. The way you sound quack, it feels like a real duck. So congratulations on that. Okay, anyone? Because we are still waiting for Toastmaster Asghar.
I can sing a song.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, it's very close to my heart because I believe what it says. So here it goes. एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल, जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल। एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल, जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल। दूजे के होठों को लेकर अपने गीत, कोई निशानी छोड़ फिर दुनिया से डोल। एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल, जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल। ला 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 ला। I think Kareem Meghani is joining me now.
No, you are absolutely brilliant. Wow. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Wonderful.
I must say you have a wonderful voice. Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay, can we have
back?
Toastmaster
Asghar is back, yeah.
Toastmaster Asghar.
I was really enjoying.
So if you want, we can give your 7 minutes to Toastmaster Rabia. She can sing us a very good
Yes,
song.
I was really enjoying the songs, but then in the end of the day, we have to go, all of us. So
Yes. So let's move on to our last speaker, Toastmaster Asghar. And for his evaluation, let me call Toastmaster Talha to read out the objectives and introduce the speaker. Toastmaster Talha, the stage is yours.
Thank you, everyone, for allowing us to resume the meeting. So, Toastmaster Asghar, today he's delivering his Level 2 project, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring, and the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of a previous experience as a protege. The title of the speech is Changing the Concept of Mentoring. Everybody, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Asghar, who is one of our best speakers, and he always makes us think while making us laugh. And he has this unique skill that the few can match. So no pressure, Toastmaster Asghar. We are all expecting another superb performance from you. Over to you.
After building so much pressure, I mean, telling me not to put pressure. So, Mr. President, dear Toastmaster, I have completed 2 pathways, and currently I'm doing my project from 4 different pathways concurrently from 4 different Toastmaster color. This is my 6th speech, to be precise, on mentoring. The consequences are obvious. I ingrained the idea of mentoring by blowing up my earlier conviction about the concept of mentoring. My earlier conviction was rooted in my past trauma. How? Well, let me take you my school days. My teacher, on the verge of retirement, was unable to read, let alone teach us. But unfortunately, we didn't know this fact. So the worst happened whenever we asked him questions for the sake of clarity. He was simply sitting on a gunpowder keg waiting to be exploded. After languishing all 3 years in my schools, it was but natural to think that the mentors are some old grumpy ones who are in their zombie phase, dead but still walking. Someone who can only deliver uncharitable remarks on the flimsiest ground. I took this attitude for granted rather than trying to understand the situation in its true context. So that was how we were mentored and supervised. Naturally, I grew up hating people who were leading and mentoring us. The situation was far better in my university days, barring some political prejudice from some of my faculty members. Toastmaster, however, brought a paradigm shift in my thinking regarding mentoring. Everything changed in one fell swoop. After delivering 6 speeches on mentoring, I can now claim that I almost understand who are the mentor and what is mentee and what is the value of mentoring. Dear Toastmaster, I believe that before mentoring and Toastmaster, we need to understand teamwork. Because to me, mentoring is a sort of teamwork between mentor and mentee. Teamwork doesn't come naturally to everyone. Almost always it is an acquired skill through exposure, experience, and deliberate practice. As the intricacies of learning to work with others takes time or evolve. Now, like all Toastmaster, I also had a mentor during my initial speeches, and then we gradually parted away because what my mentor called I grew up. He was none other than DTM Samir Dodi. He had all qualities a mentor should have. He was a textbook case of being a mentor. Knowledgeable, experienced, positive, supportive, respectful, caring, and above all, committed to the cause. So, unsurprisingly, unlike my school days, I felt engaged and respected. For every speech, we mutually established a pool of well-observed facts and applied and agreed logic and shared experience correctly to draw our own consensual opinion for the subject. As Siddhara said in her speech, sometimes I knew the things, but I just wanted to get assurance from a mentor to satisfy myself. In the end of every mentoring session or every speech, we were always in the same page. Dear Toastmaster, now let me talk about mentor and coaches. They are often thought of as having similar roles. At least I did. Now I know very well that the two positions can overlap, but they are radically different from each other. Coaching is a small part of a larger mentoring ship. Coaches are responsible for the proteges meeting a specific short-term goal. For example, I had a coach for 3 months to improve my pronunciation, to convey my ideas correctly in my local English language column. But that is another story. So to me, coaching is a single, skill-based, and specific within a definite time frame. When, however, it comes to the mentoring, we may not be able to reach any finish line, because the whole mentoring to me is all about a continuous education, a sort of journey. The concept couldn't be truer anywhere than in Toastmaster, which is a place where we all learn together without having an eye on finishing line in a definite time period. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asghar. Very rightly said, mentoring is all about continuous learning. With that, our prepared speech session has come to an end, and I request timer to please confirm that everyone qualified for voting.
Yes, everybody was qualified for voting, and therefore, as vote counter, I'm floating the poll. So everybody, please vote for your favorite speaker today.
Okay, I forgot to ask vote counter to explain the role, so let me request Toastmaster Talha to explain your role as well as a vote counter.
Well, the vote counter's job is to do what I'm doing right now, which is to float the poll and compile the results. As vote counter, I cannot vote myself unless there's a tie. And of course, the voting takes place between the candidates who are qualified in terms of timing. So that is my role. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Talha. I'm sure everyone has cast their votes. So without languishing our time, let's move on to our next segment, that is table topic segment. And for that, I request one of our dedicated Toastmaster Rabia Zishan, please come forward. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Imran Rana. Teachers and mentors. This is the theme of today's meeting. And I learned that being a mentor meant that we learned more when I joined the TCF as a mentor for the REPA program. Without further ado, I would like to now start the table topic session. The word of the day is language, and I would like every speaker to use it as much as they can. Every speech has to be minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes, after which they have a grace period of 30 seconds. So now I would like to call my first speaker, TM Wajahat. I would like to share the screen, if you can give me the rights.
Yes, you have the rights.
Oh, thank you so much.
And sorry, taking advantage, or rather taking undue advantage, I ask everyone, please complete the voting. There are quite a lot of votes left.
Yes. Toastmaster Wajahat, will you talk on this topic? A teacher assists in providing the lens with which a student can see the universe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Avia, for providing me the opportunity. There are multiple type of teachers. We cannot say a teacher. The word a teacher means the teacher can teach anything, the positive aspect of life and the negative aspect of life. So it's depend upon the optimism approach of the teacher. Like if the teacher has got positive approach and they are optimistic about their future, they are positive, they are aligned, and they know how to live and survive in the society. So they can give good lessons to their student. It's depend upon the nature, and it's depend upon the integrity and uh, like honesty in the teaching profession. So as far as I am concerned about this notion, I should say that it's depend upon the teacher. If the teacher is positive, if the teacher is focused, and if the teacher is loyal with the student and his or her profession, so definitely they are able to provide better education. And if the teacher is positive, and whatever I am, if I am showing, like I am showing two side of the teacher. If we will go towards side A, like positive side of the teacher, so definitely they can provide a lens, they can provide a vision to the student, so they can see the world from their eyes. If they are seeing and watching the world with the optimism and positivity, so definitely they can just uh, provide the same attitude toward the student as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Wajahat.
Thank you.
For the next topic, I would like to call our guest, Osama Ali. Osama Ali, will you please open your mic and your camera?
Yes, Toastmaster.
Thank
I
you
hope you are
so
doing
much.
great.
Thank you so much. The topic for you today is when one person mentors, two lives are changed. When one person mentors, two lives are changed. The word of the day is languish.
When one person mentors, two lives are changed. The topic is really great, by the way, and I agree with that statement. Let me share my perspective on that, by the way. Whenever you are mentoring a person, you know that you are not only just teaching him, by the way. You know, every person in life teaches something new to another person. Well, that can be something bad, that can be something good, but in any form, you are learning something from the other person. Whenever a mentor is mentoring a new person in Toastmasters, by the way, he is guiding me about the communication, about the leadership styles, about how to communicate, how to present his ideas, how to get feedbacks, how to improve. But apart from that, you know, the mentee who has also led a life, who has also different experiences in the world, by the way, and he's also teaching the mentor some different styles and techniques, what he has learned from the society and what other different perspectives he has learned. And when he questions the mentor, then the mentor thinks on that, and mentor is able to think in his mind and try to give answers. So that's my perspective. I hope you're getting my point. Thank you so much for the topic.
Thank you so much, guest Osama Ali. And that is absolutely true. When a mentee asks us a question, we are bound to think about it. May I ask Toastmaster Shamam Khan to please do the next table topic? Is she available?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. The word of the day is language. The word of the day is language. Do remember to use it.
I'll be a passive listener today. Can you repeat? My internet is not good.
Yes, I'll repeat. The topic for you today is the key to being a good mentor is to help people become more of who they already are, not to make them more like you. I'll repeat. The key to being a good mentor is to help people become more of who they already are, not to make them more like you. Word of the day is languish.
Okay, let me first repeat. Be a good mentor. Then you let people. Now I think I've lost you. If you can just type it in the chat box.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Can you guys?
Do that. I'll do that for you.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm switching on my other device because this internet is always so bad here. By the way, is there something like passive listening in Toastmasters meeting? Like someone can just be there, not say anything?
Well, it is there, but not allowed for you. Every time you're there, we'll ask you to speak. So deal with that.
Yeah, which is good for me. Yeah, which is good for me because it keeps me on the track. Toastmaster Rabia, have you written it here?
Yes, it is there now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. The key to being a good mentor is to make people who they already are, not to make them more like you. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Rabia, for this such a nice key. Because most of the time when we are a teacher or have this title to us, we think that we conquer the world. And it's our authority, it's our right to teach people. I have been a teacher myself, and what I have learned, and I am really thankful to. I was teaching at Pakistan Air Forces schools. I started in 2000 somewhere, and they were really good in giving in-house trainings to the teachers. The first thing they taught us is that your student knows better than you because they are 25 years elder than you. You know, you were 25 years old when they were born now, and now they have a sharpest mind. So always take care that you ask them first what do they know, and if you find there is some gap, then bring your expertise and subject matter. Don't impose anything to them. Don't try to be their teacher because their parents are already good at becoming their parents. So please don't be a parent to them. Just be someone that can help them bringing out their best in them. So I always am thankful to those PF times and the mentors there who were always telling us, and that I have started believing, because I really feel that, and that is true for even our children now. I mean, we learn from them instead of we teaching them. We have heard experiences, of course, but I really agree with this statement that the key to being a good mentor is to make people who they already are, elevate them, and not to make them more like us. So over to you, Toastmaster Rabia.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shamam Khan. Your speeches always give us a new perspective and a new direction to think about the topic. So thank you so much for that. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Zohra Alana. Are you there, Zohra Alana?
Left, I guess.
She left? Okay. Then I'd like to call Toastmaster Noreen.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So the topic for you, Toastmaster Noreen Fathma, is better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Word of the day is languish. Stage is yours.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, Table Topic Master, for giving me such an interesting topic. And it's more relevant to our today's theme of the meeting, teachers and mentors. And I do agree with your topic that it's better to have a one day that you spend with your teacher and mentor is far better than you are spending 1,000 days of studying and stressing out yourself, because a teacher can guide you to perform better. A teacher can guide you to study in a more smarter manner, and the techniques, the hacks that he or she will share with you will save your time and help you to study smart. So I agree that spending time with a teacher is far more better than 1,000 days of studying. Let me share an example of you that before during my university life, I had a very one of the topic from my course was very difficult, and I was very upset that how I will be able to prepare for that very topic. I spent hours on trying to understand that topic, but I couldn't understand it. But before exam, I just went to my teacher and I requested her that, ma'am, please guide me about this topic. And she just gave me her precious 5 minutes. And the topic became easier for me. And luckily, that topic came into the paper as well. And that helped me in scoring good marks in that very subject. So I conclude that whenever you get time or opportunity to spend time with your teacher, with your mentor, never ever miss it. Like one of our mentor was there in Islamabad, that DD, in last week, and we got a chance to spend few hours with him, and these were the memorable and the learned moments of my life. So I advise all of you to spend more time and never ever miss any opportunity. Whenever you get time to meet your teacher or your mentor, it can change your life and it can help you in achieving, and especially it will give you in moving towards right direction. Over to you, ma'am, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Noreen, for that wonderful incident of your life. I would now like to call Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim. Are you with us, Toastmaster Zahra? Yes, you're there. So the topic for so the topic for you today is every teacher a mentor too? Is every teacher a mentor too? And the word of the day is languish.
Is every teacher a mentor too, right? All right. Thank you very much, Table Topic Master, for giving me such a relatable topic. One thing I just want to say is that I will not agree with that because in my life I have experienced like numerous teachers in my life, and I have studied from them. And from one perspective, they are truly amazing, guiding us, giving us the right direction, telling us, apart from giving us knowledge about the curriculum, the basic, whatever is in curriculum, they also guided us what's right, what's wrong, and even saying something out of blue, like giving us some sort of which help us in being in the right direction, and even more telling something about life. Even I will tell you one example as well, because I have two certain experiences which make me believe that not every teacher is a mentor. Because being in grade 2, I was just 6 to 7 years old, so little, like, and I still remember my teacher, Miss Tazeen. She passed away in 2007. I didn't got to know, but she told me one thing. Like, we were 5 of us, and she just she was teaching us maths and like basic addition, subtraction, sums, and out of the blue, she just from her bag she pull out the wallet and she told us something. She said that this was the wallet given by my father when he was about to die. He just gave me that as, and I just took from him as a symbol that it's my father's wallet. And he just told us, and she just told us that please do respect your parents because they are this, source of guidance to us. They raised us. They are always here to, tell us what's wrong, what's right. And they were like, and it was being in grade two, just grade two, and now I still remember her curly hair. She has a skin disease, and whenever she used to scratch this, but I still remember her face, everything she told us, like it's there in my memories. And when I got to know she died, and I just broke in tears because yesterday only, it was 5th October, it was World Teachers Day celebrated all around the globe. And I was like, she was just there always guiding us and telling us what's right, what's wrong. And it's just there in my mind and it will stay forever. Like, all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zahra, for telling us about your favorite teacher and how she has changed your life and about the emotional aspect of it also. For my next topic, I would now like to call Toastmaster Zohra Alana. Is she available? I saw her come back. Yes,
Hi.
she's there. Hi. So the topic for you, Toastmaster Zohra, is a good mentor teaches you how to think, not what to think. A good mentor teaches you how to think, not what to think. The word of the day is language. The stage is yours.
Language. Okay.
Languish. The word of the day is languish.
Language. Okay. I'm very bad with vocabulary. Can I ask what language means?
Language means to waste, to destroy, to feel depressed. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm learning a lot of new words here. So, a great mentor doesn't teach what to think, they actually teach how to think. If I talk about this, I would remember my mentor from 2 years back. I shifted my career from media to learning and development industry, and I was totally new here. I noticed that all my life people have been telling me what exactly I should be thinking and what exactly I should be doing. However, they were never successful in that because I was kind of rebellious. But that mentor told me 2 years back that it's your journey and your journey alone, and no one can walk your path. So if I tell you, if I give you the emotional support, if I tell you how to, cross the road, you can do it on your own. But if I tell you which train to take or which aeroplane to take, you might not walk your path as if it's your journey. You will be then living my journey. So I learned a lot from that mentor, and she has not only developed me professionally, but personally she has changed me 180 degrees, and I think I can understand life much better, and now I can give others space too. And it kind of surprises me when people don't give each other space, because no one can walk other person's path. We have to always let them know that, how to solve their problems and not what to do exactly to solve their problems. Yes. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zohra. And I'm glad we chose this topic of teachers and mentors today, because I get to learn a lot from experiences of all of the table topic speakers today. That's all from me today. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Imran.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rabia. Before moving on to our final segment, let me ask our timer, have everyone qualified for voting?
Two of the speakers exceeded their time by about 5 to 6 seconds. Those are Toastmaster Noreen, Fathma, and Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim. But usually, as per our tradition, we kind of allow this extent 4 or 5 seconds. So since you would anyway refer to me for the decision, so the decision is already there. Let's include everyone today, especially since we had such nice speeches.
On Sunday, we will be going to have our table topic contest, and in that contest, you won't be allowed a microsecond exceed. So be mindful for that. Okay, so let us cast our votes, and now it's time for me to move on to our third segment, that is the evaluation segment. And for evaluation, we have a wonderful, adorable Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Imran. All the Toastmasters, you know that me and Toastmaster Imran share a very unique bond because he is my friend mentor for a reason. And that thing is quite suited to our today's theme. Teachers and mentors, the people who shape the world. These are the mentors. What we are today is just due to their intellect, due to their advices. Who is mentor actually? Mentor is someone an experience and the trusted advisor. And today in this segment, we are going to have advisors from the extroverts, there's experienced Toastmasters. And without further ado, let's move on towards our first segment of my segment, and that is of prepared speeches. So for our first speaker was distinguished Toastmaster, 4-time distinguished DTM Tala bin Hamid, and he is going to be evaluated by another distinguished Toastmaster, DTM Shahrukh Shanawaz. He is also my mentor. I have learned a lot from DTM Shahrukh Shanawaz, and his politeness, humbleness, and generosity. I have learned these things from him and want to implement these things in my life also. So over to you, DTM Shahrukh Shanawaz.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Am I audible? Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator, for the kind words. And the truth be told, I have learned a lot from you, and your progress has been tremendous. And there are rare events when I have seen any member progress so much in such a little time. And I'm sure other Toastmasters, Imran Rana and Talha, would agree with me that you have progressed a lot in such a short time. Today, I'm going to be evaluator our heavy hitter Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. As our general evaluator or adorable general evaluator rightly said that Toastmaster Talha is our adorable speaker and he's a 4 times TTM. So this is sort of a kind of a world record for us, at least for Karachi Toastmasters. And I'm hoping that any other of our member is going to break this record. And if that happens, it's really going to make a history. So Toastmaster Talha, you presented your project Persuasive Influence, level 2, understanding your leadership style. Your opening was amazing. You said, I looked around. They were everywhere. They were in my head. So this was a great opening. Indeed, all of us were were mesmerized. We were all focusing on your words, and we were waiting for what is going to come next. And basically, you shared your personal story with us. And whenever, as a speaker, we are sharing our personal stories, we are basically giving chance to the audience to participate in the speech as well. And that was a great technique to engage us all. And you told the story about potty training, so which was very amusing, entertaining, and the way in which you told your story, that was also amazing. It not only had all the requirements of the projects, but also some deep thinking. There were some moments in your speeches that made us think a lot about various situations of life. So the story was there about potty training, but we were thinking a lot. Body language, hand gestures, using entire speaking area, everything was there. But I feel that your topic, that this particular topic is now toned down a bit. In your past speeches, you are talking about universe, you are talking about evolution, and now you're talking about potty training. I'm wondering who has inspired you to tone down so much. So that was something very interesting for me, because whenever I'm prepared to listen to you, the topic is very heavy, and we need to pay our full attention towards your speech. There was a full package of performance, everything. You were almost dancing, you were almost singing. There was a poetic touch in your speech, and you shared different styles of leadership: authoritarian, negotiations, and then democratic. And in the end, you shared lessons with all of us. Especially my favorite lesson was, not every leadership style works for everyone. Area of improvements, well, I can't think of anything except that you were using okay a lot while transitioning to other ideas or to the next idea. Besides this, I cannot think of anything else. Can't think of anything. Hope to listen your next project very soon. Congratulations on completing your project. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Shahrukh Shanawaz, for your wonderful evaluation. Now let's move towards the next speech. Our next speaker was me, Toastmaster Ali Sharanjan. I am going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Mariam Aftab Kidwai. She is another great Toastmaster, a new Toastmaster, but I learned from her that how to speak easily with ease, improve her speech. I must say she is the goddess of improved speeches. So over to you Toastmaster Mariam Aftab Kidwai.
Thank you, Asher Saab. Thank you very much for the introduction. Well, when it comes on evaluation, I found it really hard to evaluate someone who is so good, and you know that the person is so good, because that's the point where it becomes harder for you. So now I just start by congratulating you. As I have observed when I joined Toastmaster as a guest member, I have observed Asher Anjum is because of the way you deliver your speech. I have observed that during all those days, all those speeches, you have improved a lot. You have changed your style. You have controlled your voice. If the word is making hurdle for you, you stop over there and you emphasize on that word. That was very good. This is what I have observed. I have learned a lot from you, very seriously and frankly. That's why in my last evaluation, I have told all the newcomers to listen to you. It's because you know how to stop and where to stop and how to move on. This has helped you definitely, and I have learned a lot from you from that point of view. So now moving towards your speech, it was really good. I just want to emphasize on few points that during a speech, when you stand up and you show your gestures. So just when you move forward, just try to be on that position where people can see your hand movements easily, so that they can connect with you easily and can understand what you are saying. Firstly, the best point was that you started off very nicely. You share your personal experiences where audience can connect with you very easily. But your hand gestures, I just want them to be more, more visible to the audience. as they were there, but sometimes at some point they were not that visible. So that was creating a hurdle, I would say rather. Your voice pitch, your voice was very good, where you know where to stop, how to stop, and from where you can move on. But one thing that is you should know what is the best point to lower your tone. This is you can learn from Talha Sahab. No one else can teach anyone that. But yes, this is the thing that was, I think I was kind of missing. That might have made your speech more better. It's better. Just where to stop and how to start with that tone. Like, get out of my class. Like, you can do it like, get out of my class. That because you are playing the part of the other person. You are saying the part of the other person, so your voice can help you in portraying that better. Overall, it was really nice and always a pleasure listening to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. Why? You just project my speech very nicely in front of all the Toastmasters. Thank you so much. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Siddharawan, and she's going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. And I must say that I learned from Toastmaster Mansoor Ali at how to be an elegant and a bit sophisticated, a bit focused, and a very like a gentleman. And I am learning from it, and one day I am going to achieve that thing because I am a good mentee. So over to you, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Toastmaster Latif, are you with us? Toastmaster Latif, are you with us? Yes, okay. Carry on.
Toastmaster Sidra, your speech not only touched my heart, but everyone at the audience. We all might have been thinking, as I was certainly, looking for that one person who had helped me during my rainy days. I really loved the way you started your speech. I loved the moments you expressed in that speech. The title, Let Me Admire. You hooked us from the moment the title was announced. Not only that, the pronunciation that we were all engrossed to hear more. Not only at that time when you were depressed, when you were stressed, the moment when you find the mentor, the moment you find the person who helped you, the moment when you were out of that sorry time or the stormy time which you explained in your speech, really helped us in holding our power and trust our mentors. You had, as I said, the voice clarity was amazing. You made one of us. You had that audience awareness, which really miss it out sometimes. And trust me, I was really expecting that you might be missing those touch. I am listening to you after many meetings. So I thought that you might be missing that. But lovely, you have clued us to that. As I said, the comfort level, the interest, I had listened it more into while looking at the camera, while you were looking at us. Because sometimes, most of the time at your speech, I saw you were worried. Because I know that was a personal touch. The personal stories always relate us. But you were speaking to the camera for the audience, to the audience. I thought that that was missing. One more thing, if you would have stand and deliver, would have been perfect. If you would have stand, then gestures would have come. Now, and that is how about you would have described that mentor, described his, if you don't wanted to name him, at least described him that he was the, the storm which calmed, which he was the person who calmed it. Like, for example, he was the, the medicine to the heel, or the soft spoken, the way he has given you the advice time with you would have really made that impact. Rest, you are a great speaker and we really want to learn more from you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif. Now let's move towards our next speaker, and he is new, but and also an old Toastmaster Syed Junaid Hossaini. And he is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Hibada Khan. And I learned from her that how to be dedicated, how her confidence always fascinates me, her dedication, her focus, always, she was always there whenever she is called. So I learned from this from her. So over to you, Toastmaster Hibada Khan.
Thank you, TM Ali Asher, for such a warm introduction. Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests. TM Syed Junaid, you spoke on a topic which we can all relate to in one way or another. Technology is something which has had both positive and negative impact on our lives. Technology helps connect long lost friends in different parts of the world. Technology also helps to bring family members living in different countries and strengthen their bond. During the time you spoke, what I liked about your speech was that you had good eye contact during your speech, which you maintained by constantly looking at the camera. You had good gestures, hand gestures, which you used to express yourself during the time you spoke. The audience were quite aware about what you were speaking, and you demonstrated a good amount of audience awareness. You were quite comfortable and confident during the time you spoke, and there were hardly any signs of hesitation or nervousness. And since you had constructed the speech well, with good practical examples from your life, and which you told about your son, so you were able to hold the audience's attention as well as keep their interest alive. And however, there were some areas of improvement like every speech. Firstly, I thought that since there was some internet glitches, technical problems from your side, so that should have been checked before you gave your speech. So because that did not make your speech clear at the end to me. Basically, you lacked clarity towards the end of your speech because of the technical glitches. And the second part is that you lack vocal variety, which should have been there in your speech to emphasize certain points and bring more depth and interest. And last but not the least, I thought that you lacked body gestures because your body was constantly still, but your hands were moving. So you should have, moved, be a bit more flexible with your body. Overall, it was a pretty good speech, and with the areas of improvement highlighted, you definitely will become a better speaker in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hibada Khan. Now, our next speaker is one of the person, Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan, and I learned from him that how to use humor, and I am still learning from him that how to use humor with ease. And he is going to be evaluated by none other than distinguished Toastmaster Salah bin Hamid. And he is a mentor to many people in our whole district. Am I audible? Okay. He is mentor to many in the whole district, and I must say that he is a tree, a fruitful tree, and get that fruit, you are not even going to raise your hand. He is always there for you, and he will help you anytime you want. So over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Talabin Hamid.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asghar. So surely I'll try to live up to whatever you said about me. Creates a lot of pressure. So today, Toastmaster Asghar, I will not thank you for your speech. Instead, I will thank the power outage, because strangely enough, it had a profound effect on your speech. We saw a new Asghar. Every improvement area that I pointed out in your earlier evaluations, and those are mere niggles, they were nothing significant, but somehow magically they all got addressed today. You had an engaging and enthusiastic start, and there was a stunning string of eloquent prose that was just jaw-dropping. So the consequences are obvious. My earlier conviction, past trauma, paradigm shift, one fell swoop. Teamwork is an acquired skill. Stunning use of language and humor. I have rarely seen the two skills interwoven so beautifully. So that is about par for the course for you. But today, your eloquence was extraordinary. You had a very frank and revealing speech about human nature. And as always, you used yourself as the prime target. So again, really, really appreciate your insight into human nature and the nature of mentoring, and especially about the fact that, teamwork is an acquired skill and we don't really like to be mentored. Couldn't be truer. So, and yes, it is Toastmasters that actually teaches you that, yes, everybody needs a mentor. Beautiful thought about mentoring never ending and exceptional clarity in spoken words. You had amplified voice, an amplified set of gestures, and you started loudly. That is the first time I've seen you do that. So thank you, Power Outage, for that. You may want to work on really, I can't point many areas. Maybe don't describe the project. Camera angle could be improved, but trading with the power outage and the magical effect it had, I would gladly take that camera angle any day. So no worries there. Maybe don't mention another speaker, because as per the new strange rules of contest, that is not strictly kosher in Toastmasters world. So don't mention another speaker's speech. To challenge yourself, to be honest, you've broken the envelope today and delivered a performance that contains all the improvement area I could wish for. So all I can say is try to deliver similar delivery and a similar performance even without power outage in the future. We can't wait to see where you go from there. So congratulations on delivering the project in a stunning fashion and fulfilling all the briefs of the project, with just a few improvement areas that were really just minor niggles because I just have to reach for something. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, four-time distinguished Toastmaster. And now let's move towards our last speaker. And what I learned from this speaker is how to go with the flow. And he is Toastmaster Muhammad Azhar Khan, and he is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary. And I learned from Imran Chaudhary, Toastmaster Imran, that his eagerness to learn, and that's why he delivered two of his project in advanced Toastmaster sessions. So I love his dedication and that courage. So over to you, Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary.
Thank you, TM Ali. And first of all, I'm really humbled by your comments. And so, TM Azhar, you should feel lucky actually, because I am one of the person who love originality. I think it's languishing for me to observe people who are more robotic in their speeches, and in their whenever they're giving something for someone else to learn. I think originality is the most important currency today, because all of the other skills have been used so many times repetitively, that it's just not that transparent anymore. The most transparent essence that you can have while speaking is originality, and I think you surpassed it. If I have to rate you only on that factor, I think, and that's for everyone else to learn from, actually, all my fellow members and guests, that if you want to bring originality to your speech, look up to TM Azhar. Secondly, I think you took the topic as your icebreaker. That was very interesting, and you described 3 stages of your life. So it was very composed, very intelligently, and the way you, again, coming back to the originality, the way you described and mimic the other personalities in your story was amazing. I mean, it was really engaging, and it took no, I mean, everyone had no excuse but to pay attention to you. And I think you are on the right track. You have chosen the right path, that leadership development, leadership dynamics, because I think it's very apparent that you are a born leader, and being an entrepreneur yourself, I think you have an acquired experience, and that definitely would help you a lot in that. And you have everything that it takes for anyone to be a leader. Few things that I want to mention is that whenever you are delivering a speech, actually that's to your advantage as well, because being as original as you are, you get a little carried away. Few times you lost control of your, I mean, that was a bit, high in emotions. And I also noticed that you swayed away and kept on speaking when your time was over. So it's very important, going back to the feedback that I wanted to give you, it's very important to structure your speech, especially speeches like this, the one that you chose, which had 3 parts in it. And you could have also used tonality a lot more, maybe some dark area of your life, then a joyous area, then neutralizing it at the end, and starting with lower tone, then high tone, then normal. These are the only two comments that I have to give to you. And overall, I loved your speech, and I would really love to hear more of you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Evangeline, for your comprehensive and very, very cogent and evaluation. Now it's time for me to ask the timer. Is everyone is qualified?
Yes, unfortunately, everyone has qualified.
Okay, so now it's vote counter. Please float the voting code. So everyone can.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, just give me a second. And yes, there it is.
So all the Toastmaster, please vote for the best elevator. I have cast my vote. So let's. Okay. Now it's time for the table topic evaluation, and for that I would like to invite Toastmaster Sam Ali, and what I learned from him, that how to be a proactive, that he just conquer the role of Big Four in this meeting. So I love your this skill, that how to be proactive and how to utilize the opportunity of speaking in multiple forums. And I also have an experience by working with you during the contest season, and you are one of the best team player, and I also learned that thing from you, that how to be a good team player here. So over to you, Toastmaster Samal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ali, for the great introduction and our experience together. So, well, I would like to start by saying that in Toastmaster, we all are learners, by the way. We all are learning from other people, we are learning from their experiences. There's a famous quotation, by the way: learners need endless feedback more than they need endless teaching. Now, coming towards the individual feedback of every one of the speakers, by the way, our first speaker was Toastmaster Wajahat. He shared his perspective on teacher providing the lens with which you can see the universe. His perspective was great. He started, his start was great. He shared his perspective about the lens. But one thing I would like to suggest him is to, if he would have shared a personal story, it would have been quite great. That much is best for him. Now, second speaker was me. Me myself, I also shared a perspective, but I was not using much hand gestures. And apart from that, at that time, I didn't remind about any personal story. So if a personal touch would have added, so it would be quite great, and the listeners would have been amazed by that as well. Our next speaker was Shamam Khan. His topic was is to make them who they already are instead of making them like you, for the mentors, by the way. His perspective was great. He used great hand gestures. His eye contact was great. The suggestion for him is he should work on his tone and his vocal variety, by the way. It can be improved a little bit. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Noreen Fathma. She's a very competitive speaker, by the way. She told his personal story about his teacher experience that she insisted her on the last minute, and the teacher explained him his perspective. Well, I would suggest her to please work on her timing. I don't know that she was not seeing the timer, so she should work on that. Rest of speech was okay and good, by the way. Then our speaker was Zahra Ibrahim. Zahra Ibrahim, topic was, is every teacher a mentor too? Well, his lesson was great. Please do respect your parents because they are source of guidance for us. That's a very, very good thing she told about to all of us. Her story was great about sharing her personal experience of the teacher. She should work on her hand gestures and on a little bit of her tone, by the way. Well, all in all, it was great. And also, apart from that, she was a little bit over time. She had to work on a time as well, by the way. Our last speaker was Zora. She talked about her career, that she jumped from media to the learning industry, and her mentor said to him that you have to make your own path. Well, that lesson is definitely true. A mentor can only guide you about the lessons, by the way. He can tell you about the path, but he cannot make you walk on the path. That's definitely a true lesson. Her personal touch was great. One thing I would recommend her is to please work on your body language, which can be improved a little bit. All in all, the topics by our table topic master were all great, were all revolving around the mentors and teachers, which was in accordance with the theme. At last, I would end with the quotation that feedback is the breakfast of champions. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ali.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samali, for your very, very comprehensive and very good evaluation of each and every table topic speech. Now let's move towards the second segment of this segment, and that is of role holders. Every role remind me of my mentors and teachers. I still remember my English teacher. She never gave me good grades because I am not in ceramic. And that's why I never take this role, but are one of the most dedicated Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan took this role. So I invite her, Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan, please give your report of Pyramid.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Till what I could hear, till what my ears had the capacity of hearing, I could not detect any I could hardly detect any grammatical mistakes, any pronunciation, since I was juggling other roles as well. So pardon me. But there was one person who spoke this interesting word, paradigm shift. That's about it. Other than that, I have nothing in my report. It's completely blank. So we were all perfect in the English section.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan. You are unlike my teacher. She always point out the minor grammatical mistakes in my whenever I speak or do something in English. So let's move towards our next role holder. And this role remind me a saying of one of my teacher that if you want to make a big change, focus on your little mistakes and then improve them, and in the long run you will be get success. This quote remind me of the accounting role. And today we have uh, another proactive Toastmaster, I guess distinguished Toastmaster, Sir DTM Sarfaraz Nazir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Since I do not have a reference point from previous meetings, so I cannot say as a whole if the club did well or not. We had more than 50 R's, more than 20 so's, about 10 ums, and several repeats. Toastmaster Imran Khan had one so. Hiba Rais Khan had 2 R's and one long R and one long so. And she started several sentences with and she also had and Sidra had several R's and several so's. And Toastmaster Talha had about 5 R's and several so's. When I say several, because I was using my fingers to count, so if someone went more than 10, I stopped counting because I am wearing shoes, so I could not use my toes to count. Toastmaster Sayyid Junaid Hussaini had this and he also had repeat whatever happens. Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali had a so. Imran Chaudhry had about 5 R's, couple of and R's, 2 that are amazing, repeat. Toastmaster Adhar Khan had who. Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan before the speech had a and during the speech had a couple of repeats like the consequence, prodigy. Toastmaster Wajahat had several R's, one so, and a little bit of quack, and repeat, they are. Toastmaster Osama Ali had, instead of R's, had as, that, either way, and couple of the. Toastmaster Rabia Zishan had about 4 R's. Osama Ali had that, 3 by the way, and 2 the. Toastmaster Shamam Khan had about 3 R's and a. Toastmaster Noreen Fathma had about 4 R's, that Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim had about 4 hours, 2 light, 2 UNOs. Toastmaster Zora Alana had 1 hour, 3 ums and 3 so's, and 4 UNOs. Toastmaster Ali Asher had 2 hours, and 2 so's, and unnecessary words like and without further ado. Toastmaster Shahrukh had about 5 hours, 1 so, and several connection words like and. Toastmaster Mariam Kidwai had about 4 hours, 2 ums, a so, and 2 UNOs. And before I hand it back to the General Evaluator, I would like to say that Karachi Toastmasters holds a long meeting. My recommendation would be, like some clubs after the prepared speeches, we have a 5-minute break so that if we need to go or run to the bathroom or restroom, we can do that, because as our counter, you cannot turn off the video and be gone for a while. Now, one option would be to turn off the video and take a break without letting anyone know. The other option is to put on a diaper. Toastmaster Talha, if I put on a diaper, do I get candy? Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
As much candy as you want, sir.
Thank you so much, DTM. Surprise, you just amazed
Thank
all
you.
of us that how comprehensive and how detailed our counter report can be. You just set a benchmark or something we all must follow. So now let's move towards our next role holder. And this role reminds me another one of my English teacher who always emphasized on vocabulary. And that's why after every chapter, the first thing we do is a difficult words, their meaning, and then sentences. But in Toastmasters, we also think by having the word of the day. And today, this role is done by none other than Toastmaster Siddharawan. So over to you, Toastmaster Siddharawan, for your word of the day.
Thank you so very much, Asghar. And yes, to deliver a better speech, we should always try to inculcate new words in our vocabulary so that it creates more passion, or it creates a picture when we speak. So the word of the day was languish, to weep or waste away something. I could simply tell you I am not very illustrative or elaborately like DTM Sarfaraz, but I could just say that DTM Talha, TM Asghar, and TM Imran, I could notice using this word, and unfortunately I myself couldn't use it. But it was a great gesture by these speakers who could actually inculcate this word in their speech impromptu. And other people also, I would encourage to use any word of the day in their speeches next time onwards if they could not use it today. That's from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Siddharawan, for your very concise and beautiful report. Now let's move towards our next role holder. And this role reminds me one of my university teacher who always reach to the class at before 10 minutes of the class, and we all were feeling ashamed that he is standing there before us. So this role is of the time, and he always said we should value the time, otherwise we will be in the trouble. So we have that role, a timing role in the Toastmaster, and for that we have distinguished.
Okay, thank you, General Evaluator. So in the interest of time, I will keep my report short. We started 15 to 16 minutes late, and that is one thing that we should improve upon. Most of the segments were largely on time, although two of the speakers in table topics exceeded their time, but all the prepared speakers and all the evaluators, they were within their time. So that is something good to note. Other than that, all the facilitators, in fact, today were well within their time, and some of them, in fact, were well below their designated time due to juggling several roles. But still, overall, it was a good show by all the facilitators, and that's pretty much it. I will hand over the charge back now to our general welcome.
Thank you so much, DDM Tala. Now, the last rule, and it is about one of the most difficult skill. And according to my teacher, we all do this skill in our life. That is the skill of listening, but we are not doing it correctly. In Toastmasters, we also have that skill, and we have a role of listener who test our listening skills. So all the Toastmaster, please be ready for your assessment. And our teacher to do this task is Toastmaster Junaid Hussain.
Thank you, Mr. Aliashar. Okay, let me start with loaded diapers.
GTM Tala.
Are you okay, beta? You never called me since 40 years. Look at the chemistry between two batsmen. You, come here.
Aliashar.
Mystery become golden history.
Azhar Khan.
Quack, quack.
Wajahat.
Yeah, Wajahat. We think that we have conquered the world. Shaman Khan. This was the wallet given to me by my father.
Noreen, up.
The Zora Drive. Originality is most important currency.
Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary.
Chaudhary. You have glued us.
Latif Mansur Ali.
Yes. I have no light. Here it comes.
Of course, Asghar.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Are you done with it? Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Junaid Hussaini, and we all are done with all the role holders. It's your mentor and teacher. It's your mentor and teacher. And in front of me on my screen, there are several teachers, wonderful teachers who teach me on every Wednesday how to speak, their ideas. We have a thing that we call the collective wisdom. And with that sheer dedication and the generosity, compassion, we all create a learning, and we all are mentors here, we all are mentees here. And I think this theme is very good because yesterday was Teachers' Day, and today we are celebrating it. From the core of our heart, we all love our teachers, but never express to them because those were the people in to an on those instinct of life we used to hate them, but now we know that we love them the most. They are our teachers, like who just made what we are today. So Toastmaster, today's meeting was great. Yes, we didn't start the meeting on time, and we were almost 20 minutes late, and according to the agenda we should wrap up our meeting at 9:05, but we are at 9:25, and those 20 minutes were due to that late start. So we all must keep an eye on the timer, because time is also a teacher who teach us that how to value things, because some things never come back like time. So all the speakers were great, including me. All the evaluator were great, phenomenal, coaching, and were just advising us like a true mentor. All the table topics session was itself a great learning experience for ourselves. It has a portion of remembering the teachers, the mentor, Toastmaster Rabia, for bringing those such nice topics on the floor so we all can speak on. Meeting was great, and that's all from my side. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Imran Banu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Asharanjum. Sincerely apologize to all the audience. As Toastmaster Imran Rana had to leave for some urgent work from his work place to home. And this is the cycle of life, where we say the wheel goes round and round. The Toastmaster of the day, I think he himself has took some tuitions. He admires his teachers. Table topic master is a brilliant student in her younger days. Ali Sharanjam always spoke about teachers, and I don't even remember one teacher in my life. School teachers. So in this world where there were many people who were many Toastmasters who really admired, I was one of them who would never remember circle of life, and that's what I have to say about. Let's have voting for the big four, and then happily I will move on and hand over my stage to our president, DTM Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you so much, impromptu Toastmaster of the day. And yes, teachers. First of all, I also remember a lot of my teachers, but not for the right reasons. But yes, there are some teachers in everyone's lives who really, really make a difference. So I especially loved how Toastmaster Ali Asharanjum interweaved his learnings as a mentee in each and every segment of the journal evaluation session. And yeah, so truly well done. So before I move on to the results, I would just like two of our guests to give their remarks. So DTM Sarfraz Nazir, you have been adopted as an honorary member if you saw the chat. So yeah, you're no longer a guest, but still we would love your feedback about the meeting.
So what I understand is that I am like one of those mother-in-laws that comes and never leaves. Once again, I enjoyed the meeting, 6 great speeches, lovely table topics, and that she was able to work the theme into her table topic questions. I like the excitement of the speakers, even though the meeting is long, yet people are into the meeting, you do not see the impression on where they're bored or they would rather like to end the meeting and go home. So once again, thank you for letting me be a part of your meeting. I look forward to joining again in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It has been a singular honor to have you once again. And of course, you are most welcome if you want to deliver any project here. So absolutely, absolutely fantastic. I haven't yet shared your feedback about our previous meeting publicly, but I will share it. The one you gave me through a personal message, because you know, we all need things to feel good about, and those words are something that we should feel good about, especially for a person with your profile and your background. Let me tell everyone that DTM Nazir is a 3 times DTM under the old curriculum, and that is a very crucial qualifier. DTM Nazir knows what I mean. So considering the relative toughness of the DTM in the previous curriculum versus the current curriculum. So hats off to you, sir. We also had a very special guest who is also no longer a guest because he became a role player, Toastmaster Osama Ali. Your feedback about the meeting, please.
Thank you so much for asking, DTM Talha. Well, I have seen that speakers are very competitive in Karachi Toastmasters, and people who are very passionate. The way they are expressing their different ideas, the way they're expressing their different personal stories, I really like that. And I would love to attend the next meetings in future, by the way. But there is one suggestion. You know that your meeting went very long, by the way. And I would like to tell you that you should invite DTM Saif Ali Sheikh in next meeting. He will help you to end your meeting in just 2 hours. Thank you so much, by the way.
Yeah, I have a very good idea about that because I've seen meetings which he has attended and in which he's there. So yeah, but unfortunately, there are some inherent factors that result in the length of our meeting. First of all, the number of projects. The second is, of course, the various places from which our members are joining. So today you saw a lot of technical glitches that added further delay to the meeting. Usually we are quite disciplined, but today was not one of those days. But I would just say that, you know, we also started a bit late, which can be improved, but the technical glitches played a very big role. So with that, I would like to announce the poll results first. And today, it was a very competitive meeting. Almost every contestant received votes. But best speaker today went to Toastmaster Asghar Khan. So congratulations. Best table topic speaker, again, after a very tough contest, goes to Toastmaster Noreen Fathma. And really, I should be given that certificate because I decided that 5 seconds is not too much overtime. But anyhow, best evaluator, just give me a second. Yeah, best evaluator, again, very competitive, and that's thrilling to see. That goes to Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali once again for the, I don't know, for the 50th time, I believe. And best facilitator today, absolutely no prizes for guessing because all of you know who you voted for. DTM Sarfaraz. Yes, of course. DTM Sarfaraz, you as our counter. Paradoxically, you made us all feel miserable and yet we all voted for you. So thank you so much, sir. You did the job phenomenally as our counter. And then we have, I believe, the crucial one, best big four. Again, tough competition. So, but by a hair.
Table topic.
Yeah, table topics master takes away the best big four. And there's one very special award which we have, which is the Critics' Choice. And Critics' Choice is basically all the speeches judged as per the criteria of International Speech Contest. The idea is to make all the speeches and projects engaging and contest worthy, regardless of how dry the topic is. So, okay. So we announced the top 3 in contest fashion. So Toastmaster, the third place goes to Toastmaster Junaid. The second place goes to Toastmaster Ali Asharanjum, and for some reason, the first place has been awarded to me. And if you don't believe me, the VP Education can confirm it on the WhatsApp group, because he's in charge of taking the polls from the and not me. So with that,
anyone in the room who says I don't believe DTM Talha? I don't think so, DTM Talha.
Well, submit your complaints. Submit your complaints to our VP Education, because it is VP Education's task to appoint the secret judge. So yeah, any complaints? So with that, we bring the meeting officially to a close, but there are a couple of announcements, and I'll try to get through them quickly. We have a busy weekend ahead, super busy in fact. We have the Fantabulous 4 meeting on Saturday, which is the combined meeting of 4 premier clubs of Pakistan. And out of those 4 premier clubs, the president of Islamabad Toastmasters Club is already there in this meeting, Toastmaster Noreen Fathma. So looking forward to that meeting. It will be the first ever such meeting in Pakistan, at least that I know of. And Karachi Toastmasters Club, Lahore, Islamabad, and Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club will be holding a combined meeting. So everybody be there, because it will be a meeting for the ages. And of course, as per your best wishes, Toastmaster Osama, DTM Saif will also be there. So yeah, better. So you make sure that you're there as well. So the second announcement is that on Sunday we will have the table topics contest, and of course it's on Sunday. The schedule will be announced soon. Everybody is urged to submit their names according to the voting of the members. The decision has been to hold a contest online rather than in person. So since I am not eligible to compete, my message to all the members is, now you made your bed, now deal with it. You voted for online contest. Now I shouldn't hear anyone complain that, oh, I only wish the contest was in person. So yeah, so once again, thank you everyone, and officially the meeting is coming to a close. I am